I stepped off the plane in Madrid with the weight of a false identity pressing against my chest. To the world, I was a cultural attaché, a harmless diplomat with a taste for Spanish art. But beneath the polished smile and tailored suit, I carried the burden of a mission that could tilt the balance of global power. Somewhere in this city, hidden inside a priceless painting, was a prototype microchip capable of disrupting satellite communications. My job was simple on paper: find it, secure it, and vanish. In reality, nothing about this mission was simple. The gala at the Reina Sofia Museum was a blur of champagne glasses and whispered conversations. I moved through the crowd like a shadow, ears tuned for the coded phrase I'd been briefed on, canvas with a pulse. When I heard it, my blood ran cold. The words slipped from the lips of a man in a tailored grey suit, his eyes darting toward the basement vault. That was my signal. I excused myself from a conversation with a curator, heart pounding, and slipped into the restricted corridor. The vault smelled of dust and varnish, the air heavy with centuries of history. Crates lined the walls, each marked with innocuous shipping codes. I found the shipment from Barcelona, my gloved hands trembling as I pried open the crate. Inside was a canvas, ordinary at first glance, but the frame was heavier than it should have been. I ran my fingers along the edge and felt the faint hum of circuitry. The chip was inside. My pulse quickened. I had seconds before security made their rounds. I swapped the painting with a replica I'd smuggled in earlier, every movement rehearsed but now tinged with panic. Sweat dripped down my temple as I secured the crate and slid the real artifact into a false-bottom case. Just as I sealed it, footsteps echoed down the corridor. I pressed myself against the wall, breath shallow, watching the beam of a flashlight sweep across the room. One wrong move and I'd be exposed. The guard lingered, muttered something under his breath, and finally walked away. My lungs burned as I exhaled. The extraction route was set, Atocha Station. Disguised as a tourist backpacker, I boarded the train south to Seville. The chip was hidden inside a hollowed-out guidebook, pressed against my ribs like a second heartbeat. Every passenger felt like a threat. Every glance, every cough, every shift in the seat beside me. I kept my eyes on the reflection in the window, watching for tails. The handoff would happen in motion, a briefcase exchange as the train slowed at Córdoba. As the train rattled through the Spanish countryside, I realized the mission wasn't just about technology, it was about trust. Somewhere out there, El Arquitecto was watching, waiting, perhaps even seated in this very car. My fingers tightened around the guidebook, the weight of the chip reminding me of the stakes. If I failed, satellites would go dark, nations would stumble, and chaos would reign. But failure wasn't an option. I was a ghost in the system, a specter in the night, and tonight in Spain, the world's balance rested in my hands.